10 minutes outside today could reset your brain in a way that sleep, scrolling, and even a vacation often do not. And there is research to explain exactly why. By the end of this episode, you will know the science behind why nature restores your mental energy, and you will have one simple practice you can use today on the first day of spring. Here is something most people do not know. Your brain has a limited daily tank of focused attention. Researchers call it directed attention. Every decision you make, every schedule you manage, every problem you solve, it all draws from the same tank. And when that tank runs dry, it shows up as mental fog, irritability, and that I'm running on fumes feeling. There is a name for it, directed attention fatigue. And nature fixes it differently than rest does. I'll explain that in just a moment. I'm Coach Janet J, and this is your next best step. Stay with me because at about halfway, I am going to share a concept called soft fascination that will change how you think about stepping outside. I have a confession. I have already been browsing container garden ideas. Tomatoes, herbs, flowers for the deck. I have a whole plan forming in my head. And here's the problem. I live in Colorado. March is our snowiest month. April is the second snowiest. Every experienced gardener here will tell you the same thing. Do not plant before Mother's Day. And every year I want to do it anyway because something in me is ready. The calendar says spring. My brain says spring. And I still have to wait for the ground and our weather to catch up. Song of Solomon 2:11 through 12 says, "See, the winter is past, the rains are over and gone. Flowers appear on the earth. The season of singing has come." Notice who is doing the work in that verse. The flowers appear. The seasons come. God turns the page. You do not have to force spring into existence in the ground or in your life. How about before you plant, before you plan, before you overhaul anything, just notice. Notice what God is already doing around you. Here is what happens for a lot of us. The calendar says spring, and the world starts blooming, and suddenly there can be this quiet pressure, like the season itself is asking, so what are you going to be doing with all of this renewal? And if your honest answer is, I'm still tired from winter, welcome to the club. Spring can feel hopeful and pressuring at the same time. Longer daylight, the warmer air, the green starting to show up. Something shifts, and almost immediately, something else kicks in. The urge to overhaul. New routine, new goals, new everything. Which is exactly why I do not want to talk about goal setting today. Episode 65 on Wednesday covered the practical tools for moving forward in this season. Today is different. Today is about the step that comes before the plan, the part that almost everyone skips, noticing. There is a concept in environmental psychology called attention restoration theory. It was developed by researchers Stephen and Rachel Kaplan, originally published in their 1989 book, The Experience of Nature, then refined in a widely cited 1995 paper in the Journal of Environmental Psychology. Here's what they found. Our brains have a limited capacity for what they call directed attention, the focused, effortful concentration we use all day long when we are making decisions, managing logistics, solving problems, and holding everyone's schedules in our heads. Sound familiar? When that directed attention gets depleted, and for women in our season of life, it gets depleted a lot, we experience what researchers call directed attention fatigue. It shows up as mental fog, irritability, difficulty concentrating, and that I'm running on fumes feeling. Now, here's the part I promised you: soft fascination. The Kaplans discovered that natural environments restore that depleted attention through something they call soft fascination. Soft fascination is what happens when something in nature, clouds moving, a bird landing on a branch, water flowing, a new bud on a tree, captures your attention gently, without effort, without demands. Your brain shifts from that grinding, effortful focus into a softer, more open state. And in that shift, your directed attention starts to recover. This is not the same as relaxation. This is not zoning out. This is a specific kind of engagement with nature that allows your brain to rest and replenish while you are still present and aware. And more recent research has built on this. A 2012 study published in the Journal of Affective Disorders by Berman and colleagues at the University of Michigan found that even brief nature walks improved both mood and cognitive function, including for individuals experiencing depression. So here is why I'm bringing this up today on the first day of spring. The spring equinox is the point in the Earth's orbit when daylight and darkness are nearly equal. That is actually what equinox means, from the Latin for equal night. Unlike the solstices, which mark the longest and shortest days, the equinox is a balance point built into creation itself. And for those who have spent a long winter indoors, literally or emotionally, today is an invitation to step outside and let your brain experience what it was designed for. Not to plan, not to set goals, not to overhaul anything, just to notice. Mentally, noticing pulls you out of the loop of problem solving and planning that has been running nonstop since January. Emotionally, giving yourself permission to simply be present without producing anything is a quiet act of self-compassion. Physically, even a few minutes of daylight and fresh air supports your nervous system after months of indoor living. And spiritually, this is what I keep coming back to: God designed seasons. He built renewal into the rhythm of creation. The equinox, the returning light, the first green things pushing through. None of that is accidental, and He is not asking you to perform. He is asking you to pay attention. All right, 3 options. Choose one, whichever fits your energy today. 1, the noticing walk. Spend 10 minutes outside. Your only job is to notice one sign that something is shifting: a bud, a bird, a change in the air, a sound you have not heard in months. Name it. Say it out loud if you can. I notice blank. That act of naming is what moves you from autopilot into presence, which is exactly where soft fascination happens. 2, the soft fascination pause. You do not even need to go for a walk. Step outside your door or stand near a window and let your eyes rest on whatever draws them without directing your gaze anywhere specific. Let your attention land where it wants to land. 2 minutes, no agenda. Researchers call this being away, one of the 4 conditions the Kaplans identified for mental restoration. You are giving your brain permission to stop working. 3, the spring cue prayer. Pick one moment you already experience every day: starting in the car, pouring coffee, stepping outside to get the mail, and attach a 1-sentence seasonal prayer to it. Lord, show me what you're doing new in this season. 1 sentence, 1 cue. That is your entry point. And if you followed along with episode 35 back in January, the 1 word, 1 walk episode, spring is a beautiful time to revisit your word. Let it meet this new season. Lord, thank you that you made seasons and that you do not waste any of them. As spring begins, help me release what is heavy and receive what is new. Let renewal be gentle, steady, and rooted in you. For the woman listening who feels the pressure to bloom on someone else's timeline, remind her that you are the one who turns the page. She does not have to force anything. She just gets to notice what you are already doing. Amen. So here is what we covered today. Your brain has a limited tank of directed attention. And if you are managing a full life, that tank has been running low for a while. Researchers Stephen and Rachel Kaplan discovered that nature restores it through soft fascination, that gentle, effortless engagement that lets your brain recover while you are still present. The spring equinox is a balance point built into creation. And today, the invitation is simple. Step outside and notice. Not to plan, not to perform. Just pay attention to what God is already doing around you. Your next best step? Spend 10 minutes outside today and notice one sign of spring. Name it, snap a photo, or text yourself one line. Today I noticed blank. And if you want a simple daily practice to pair with this, head to yournextbeststep.com and download the free 5-minute daily reset. It is the perfect companion for a season of gentle beginnings. On Monday, we go deeper into what happens when renewal stirs up something unexpected.